But my mom was like, I'm trying to take care of the shit, y'all. And take care of the dog. So we're getting rid of the dog.
Were you sad?
Hell yeah, I was sad. I'm like, yo, keep my dog. Then she let us get a hamster. I'm like, it's not the same.
Oh no, a hamster you can't. A hamster is like it's a glorified rodent essentially.
Right. It is
that you're feeding.
It's a rat.
Yeah. So you're from Florida.
Yeah.
What you grew up, born and raised?
Born and raised. Yep, Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville. Now, all I know about Florida is the Florida man and the craziness of Florida.
I don't think Florida's that crazy, to be honest with you, man.
Okay.
Like, I'm about to say, like, we live in America. This whole shit is crazy
That's
if you
fair.
think about it. Like, fucking Chicago, they found a heart in a dumpster. Like, what? Like,
Did they really?
that was like years ago, but yeah. And then, like, have you ever been to West Virginia? That shit crazy as fuck.
That's fair. America's crazy in different ways.
Right, exactly.
Where do you think Florida's getting that perception from? Like, why do you think you guys are viewed as the crazy state?
I don't know, man. I think it started popping off more during the pandemic when we were just open, you know. And I don't know. Everybody just got to choose one thing, just to take all the heat, you know. But like, I don't think. Yeah, I really don't think Florida's that crazy because when I was in Florida, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
And I lived like north and south, so I'm like, this ain't.
When did you decide to move?
I moved 2018. 2018. Yeah. I got out of college. You know, I was living with my people. About to turn 25, and I'm like, man, I gotta do something, like, cause this shit ain't it. And it's funny because like when I was up here, I had some comics already from Florida living in Chicago, and they were on shrooms. And then while they were talking, like, yo, you know who'll do good in the city? Mike Atcherson. So they called me while on shrooms, like, hey, man, you need to go check out Chicago.
Yeah.
So I visited that year, loved it, and then the next year I moved up here. But by the time I got here, they all left. So it was like...
Have you ever done mushrooms before?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I feel like the universe just brought you to Chicago.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, if you need an advertiser for shrooms, that's it right here.
So okay, so you visited and you like, what was it about the city that you liked so much?
I just like the fast pace, you know. I like the hustle of it. You know, it was like not as big and expensive as New York, but it's not as like, I don't know, far away as L.A.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm glad I didn't do L.A. You know, because I don't like fire.
Man, I have never. I'm from California.
Yeah, you're from Cali.
I have never seen it that bad.
Yeah, it's like bad,
Yeah,
yo. Like
yeah.
my great aunt lost her house. That shit,
Really?
yeah, crazy as hell.
And the insurance companies are not going to do shit about it. It's going to be.
That's for real.
Yeah. Insurance companies are like, it costs too much. That's what they're saying, basically.
Well, it's fucking insurance.
Yeah,
People
right,
pay
like-
for it. Yeah, so.
Yeah. This, I mean, like you said earlier, this whole country's a goddamn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, California, piece of shit. Yeah. Florida's so bad. Give you something for a hurricane. They can't give you nothing for fire.
It's, man, with the if there was ever a time to be like, hey, can we at least all agree the global warming thing, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, but, you know.
People are like, nah, it's in your imagination.
It's the woke mind virus or some dumb shit.
For they're like, Mexicans.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, yo. Worry about the wrong damn thing.
Yeah, man. So, okay. So, coming up in Florida, when did stand-up comedy start to become a thing for you? Like, what
It started when I was in college. You know, I wasn't like always the funniest guy in my class, but I was just like funny for my friends and stuff. But I took a dramatic writing class because I was trying to be a theater minor at the time. And I suck at writing drama. This is like, I'm just not good, but I like writing jokes and being funny. So I wrote like funny stuff. And then in my class, I actually met someone who did stand-up, and he said, yeah, I do stand-up. Like, oh, man, I start by doing stand-up. What do you do? Like an open mic tonight. You want to come? Like, sure. So I went, signed up, went dead ass last, performed for nobody. But you know, you catch that bug and get that rush, and you just keep doing it.
Just kept doing it from there.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you doing it in Florida for?
Maybe since 2013 or 2012, something like that.
Okay, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I've been doing it for about 11 years, so it had to be like maybe 2013.
Shit.
Yeah.
OG comedy over here.
I like to think so sometimes.
And I mean, I don't know what the scene is like in Florida, but I can definitely say from someone coming from California, way better in Chicago.
What, the Florida?
Comedy.
Oh, comedy better in
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, comedy Chicago, yeah. Definitely is better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I caught that on when I visited, did my Florida material here. I'm like, oh, I got to switch some things up, you know, because that's when you learn, like, oh, local shit don't work. Even regional shit really don't work.
Yeah.
Can't say bitch like that too much. to use it
What do y'all
sparsely.
say? Y'all say JIT? J-I-T?
Yeah, thank you. All right, yeah, we say jit. See, people look at me crazy when I'm like, yeah, we say jit down there. Like, oh, what? Where you get jit from? I'm like, I don't say jit.
Yeah, that's when they say goof ass. Goof ass
Goof
boy.
goof ass boy. Yeah, exactly.
Some Chicago shit.
Goofy. Yeah, that shit's so funny. Like, goof ass.
I like the it's not I don't know how big of a you seem like you're a hip hop head.
Yeah.
I love that it feels like we're coming back to a time of regional hip hop. I don't know if you saw Joey Badass took some shots at the West Coast and the West Coast shooting back.
That's very bold of him.
Yeah.
I feel like West Coast's too hot right now.
This be the only thing I'm proud of to be from California. is Kendrick and all
I'll
of
say
that.
Kendrick got the whole region on his back.
Oh my God, he's got hip hop on his back. I don't know. I've been that I don't know what 2024 was like for you, but for me it was awful minus the music.
Yeah, no, the music was like top quality.
Oh my God, especially from the West Coast.
I think regional stuff's starting to come back because I know we had Drake who, he's the chameleon there. Like he'll just bring it all together through his way. But it's like, oh no, you stay where the fuck you from, and then
it feels like that authenticity, the desire of authenticity, which I think relates to comedy in a big way.
It does. It definitely does.
Do you feel like you've been at it 11 years? Do you feel like you have your voice for the most part?
I think I got a good point. Well, I know what my voice is. I know who I am. I'll just lean on to the weird. I just like the weird.
Do you feel like you're a weird guy?
You know what? If you judge it from the surface, you wouldn't think I was weird, but something like I'm not like trying to push being weird, but I like what I like, and I'm like cool with it.
Yeah.
I
hear you.
And I'm trying to like lean on more to like authenticity of that.
Did you growing up? Were you like? I don't want to say ostracized. Sounds a little aggressive, but were you like a weird kid, or were you fairly like? You seem like you just know how to blend in well.
That's real. I mean, maybe just weird with the things I do. Like I'm like cool with taking risks sometimes, or like just doing stuff to get laughs with my friends. Or like if I got like a creative idea, I'm more than happy to lean in on it.
Yeah.
Like being cool just never like interests me. But at the same time, like I couldn't be cool. So, like.
No, I get it.
Right.
I'm sorry, were you gonna say something?
Oh no.
That thing of being cool, I relate to. Like so I don't know what it was like growing up in Florida and where you were from. We'll dig into that. But I grew up in California. I was around just a bunch of white people. Right. And so coming to Chicago, like one of the decisions I was trying to make was like, let me be around black people. It's segregated. It'll be easy to find.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I remember it being uncomfortable at first. For like the first year, I remember not feeling like I blended in, but I shouldn't think about that. I should just think about myself. It was a lot of insecurities that came up.
No, that's very real, because people could tell, some black folks could tell when you come from like a little certain different background.
Especially in Chicago.
Yeah, it's Chicago. I mean, I got it throughout Florida too, but like again, that's when you lean onto your authenticity because it makes you. And then when you cool with that, you feel less insecure.
Yes, I had to like find it.
Yeah, you got to find it. You may not find the next day or even a week. It just takes time to find it. Be comfortable in those spaces. Because like. Niggas is niggas, bro. Like if you just cool, like you get everything, you just vibing.
He's not bothering anybody.
Yeah, bro. Learn to take some jokes from their ass, and you straight.
Yeah.
Take some and dish them, you fine, bro.
So you grew up around white people?
You know what? Yeah, yes and no. All right, so growing up, man, black majority of time, but and I lived on the north side, which is like particularly the black side.
Of Florida.
Jacksonville.
Oh, the north side is the black side of Florida.
No. So I'm from Florida, right?
From Florida.
From Jacksonville.
Okay.
And I lived on the north side of Jacksonville.
Okay.
North, kind of northwest. That's where my grandmama and them stay.
Right.
Preschool is all black, so I'm around black kids. But my grandma worked in the school system, and they opened a new school on the south side. And it's like, while it's like finally around white kids. And, when you just around white people, and I have friends, black friends, white people, but like, you just start talking like your environment. And then when I go back up there, they're like, oh, why you talk like this?
Yeah, the code switcher.
The code switch. I didn't know what code switcher was. I was just
it was inherent. Yeah,
exactly. And I still get it through like sometimes when I'm older. I'm like, man, this is the way I talk. I don't fucking know. Yeah. So
did it affect you at all, or did you feel like
I mean, it definitely opens your eyes as a race, and then throughout there I was like in magnet school, so I was always like in diverse settings. But then when I was in high school, I couldn't keep up as much anymore, just because it was like a college prep school, but I wasn't doing the work because I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So then I had to go to my neighborhood school, which was now it was all black, and now it was a culture shift. I'm like, oh, then I was in the same boat you in, like, damn, I gotta readjust myself a little bit, or like, all right, be comfortable again. Like, why am I uncomfortable? And then as you get older, you be like, oh man, we all just the same, and it's like black people aren't a monolith. You find people like you, in an environment like that. Yeah.
It's like finding your community within your community.
Community within your community, exactly.
And then when you first moved, so when I was telling people, like, actually before I say this, I'm so out of it. I don't know if you could tell. No. I assume you can't tell. I'm trying to hide it.
I mean, you hide it very well.
Oh, good. I had wine and edibles last night.
Oh, you had a good night.
Until it wasn't. And I watched Interstellar for the first time.
That's a crazy movie to watch. Edibles and wine.
Yeah, it was an experience. And I threw up everything.
Damn, man.
Yeah. So it seems like I hit it and I shouldn't have said nothing. But
you're good.
If I seem out of it, that's what's going on. I'm just out of it.
You good.
Have you seen Interstellar?
I have not. I can't watch long movies like that. Like, I will go to sleep so fast on that shit.
It was. What type of movie person are you? Like, are you a movie person?
Yeah, comedy is cool and all that. I like a good thriller. I like horror. Okay. I like horror. I'm starting to get into horror more. The reason why I like horror because I think it's like in the same realm as comedy. Like, it's a good horror movie if you don't see the scary coming. Just like in comedy, it's a good joke if you don't see it coming. And I think they give you that same kind of chemical reaction, like surprise, like, oh,
yeah,
Yeah. So that's why I like that. That's it. I like also like little, like the Italian mobster movies and shit, like Tarantino and all that.
That's my shit.
Yeah, that's my type of vibe.
Okay. Let me digress a little bit. So yeah, when I told people, coming from a warm place like California, when I told people I was gonna move to Chicago, everyone's reaction was it's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
You're gonna freeze to death and you're gonna get shot.
Oh man, everybody thought I was gonna fucking die the first week, bro.
So that's what you got, the same shit?
Yeah. Man. I'm like, man, like, people act like there ain't no hoods in other places. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, it's fine, bro. If you mind your business, bro, and know what you're doing when you go down there,
mind your business is, to me, the key to safety.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Obviously, sometimes shit's gonna find you, but generally speaking, if you just mind your business.
Mind your business, man.
Yeah.
Don't be out too late doing dumb shit. Yeah, just be chilling.
And so when you first moved here in 2017, 2018?
2018, yeah.
2018. So that's pre-pandemic. So that must have been a different type of Chicago.
It felt like a different type of Chicago. Yeah. I mean, I definitely came at the right time. I was miking, working and shit. So kind of in and out. I wasn't as hard as I should have been, maybe because of seasonal depression and just like still trying to figure out what to do. I didn't have a car back then, so I was commuting through a train, bus.
That seasonal depression shit is that first year, or that first time with no sun for months. I had never experienced anything like that.
It's a lie. Yeah, it's good to have a good support system around you when during that time. But yeah, man, it was pre-pandemic Chicago was definitely different. I was out and shit, clubbing and all that. But
you're a young guy, huh?
Yeah, I was young. Yeah, I was what's the word? Not fertile. No, I was I was mobile. I was out there. But yeah, but I kind of low key happy that the pandemic came because it gave me time to pause a little bit, reassess some shit, and I also just took off in comedy more after the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like I don't think I'm gonna call it gatekeeping, but I feel like it was kind of harder to like get into the scene on shows pre-pandemic. But once the lodge opened up, I was kind of like my way in, and then I met other people, and then yeah.
I heard that when I first moved here that the structures of the comedy scene came crumbling down. A lot of people like left and quit, and then it was almost a Wild West for a little bit.
Wild West is one way to put it. I kind of call it like a phoenix because you got to crash in order to rise up again. So, yeah, people left, but you also got some good comics that came, too.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of solid comics that came during or after the pandemic.
And how did you feel, I guess, perceived, or how did you feel when you were the new guy of Chicago? Like, how did it feel at the time?
New guys are, like, moving here or, like, after the pandemic?
Ooh. That's interesting. Let's do both, like moving here, and then what did it feel like when the pandemic started opening up for you?
Moving here, I think I got a few compliments and whatnot. People like, oh, that was funny, man. Keep coming out, stuff like that. Yeah. And like maybe people noticed you, but they didn't really know who you were or try to get to know you better. It was very cliquey, and you see people at the same mics though, and it'd be cool. But you're just trying to get the first show you can, and it would be like maybe for months until you get something. Yeah, I didn't cause no drama, so I think people just.
You've always seemed pretty low key.
Yeah, I try to be low key. Yeah. I mean, I'm what's the word? Extroverted introvert. I don't really. I've been trying to work on my hangs, but sometimes like, I feel like this comes in and I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah, so I have the same, or I think a similar thing of the hangout part of things, where I just. This year, I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to be a little more social. I understand on some level. People need to see that you exist still.
Exactly, yeah.
But like, there's some of these guys, I always reference Kyron when it comes to this, who can like, I'm going to be around everybody all night.
Oh, man, I don't know how the fuck he does it, bro. I don't know how the fuck he does it. He'll be up all night kicking it.
Yeah.
And then do his job and then just go be on the road. That's a true hustler. I'm like, hey, he got the A+ for the hang.
It is insane.
Yeah.
And I feel like, this actually will connect. I feel like when I first came here, I came off standoffish to people. I know that because I've talked to a few people. Pretty early on, there was a good number of people that didn't like me because they thought I was like mean or that I thought I was better than everybody, something like that.
To be tall and black, right?
I guess. I thought so, and this has been a little transition. I will preface with my insecurities, my issues, just projections. But I thought you did not like me for a very long time.
Oh no, man! That's, a lot of people think no. I don't.
Is that I could tell you the moment I realized, he doesn't have no problem with me. It was St. James' birthday party. We were on top of the roof.
Yeah.
And I want to say, I'm not going to say his name right now, but someone was going through some stuff. I'll write it down. Someone was going through some stuff at the time, and we were all talking to him about it. And I remember.
Oh, you ain't got to write it down. I know exactly. I remember that night. You ain't got to write it down. And we started flaming his ass. It was me, you, Arlita, Ty, Kyrie, and I know the other person. Oh yeah. So that was a fun night.
It was good stuff. It was moments like that where I'm like, you know what? That's when the hang is.
That's when it's a fun hang.
Yeah,
because like we all familiar with each other. We all comfortable with who we are, and I'm comfortable with who you are. So it's always good.
But yeah, up until that point, I thought you did not like me.
Nah, man, I just don't be giving a fuck. Really. There's only a few people I don't like in this scene.
Yeah,
and their names aren't. Not playing.
Yeah, it's. I think that was the other thing. Like when I first got here, it seems like you came to Chicago pretty much understanding yourself. I would say I came to Chicago with the goal of finding myself, and so there was a lot of that first year in particular. A lot of missteps, a lot of like silly mistakes, a lot of upsetting people that.
I mean. No, I think I was still trying to find myself too, because again, I moved here when I was 25,
right.
and I'm in a whole new city too,
right?
Trying to do something I love, and then, you just go through life, meet different people, therapy, whatever you gotta go through, and you just find out more about yourself when you move.
Yeah,
you know, because we're leaving something that's familiar and safe. So now we're in a whole new stuff, and we gotta adapt, adjust, and learn.
Yeah, the moving forces you to mature in a way that I think if you stay in your hometown, you can't fully do.
Yeah, you can. You can't. You know, and it's not, and don't get me wrong, it's good to stay in your hometown if you know
If you're happy.
If you're happy and it works and you're healthy, you know. But sometimes you gotta know and leave that nest, especially depending on what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever go back home and run into people from like high school and
I mean, I'm still cool. I mean, I still got my high school friends. Are still friends to this day. But even one of them just moved, so I'm like, you know. But have I ran into people from high school? Not really. That's actually interesting. I don't go back home like that a lot, except for the holidays. But yeah, I haven't ran into a lot of high school friends. I mean, maybe if I go to like a bar or some shit and I run into someone, I'm like, oh damn, what's up, G? What's up? Yeah. So
it's how old are you?
I had to think about it. 31.
31. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 33. I think we can relate to each other in this way. That like, I feel like the older you get, like the younger you are, the more roads and opportunities you have, and then every year it's like it gets smaller and smaller, and then you got like 3 decisions or 3 roads you can go. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but then I realized that's just us putting ourselves in a box.
Ooh, okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, man, because like, why did the roads narrow? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you just got the same opportunities as you do now.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to take same path. Maybe you got to take a little
detour,
a little different route, but the road's still there.
I think what I'm describing then is a type of anxiety as you get older.
Yeah.
That you feel like,
right.
Oh, I did that same. Anything's possible doesn't hit the same when I was younger, if that makes sense. Like now, as I would say, I've become far more of a realist as I've older. I've gotten. I think partly because the world's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a realist. Like I've been called pessimistic. I'm like, no. I'm just being a realist and logical.
Yeah.
Like the older you get a little more logical. Now, logical can look different on different people, you know?
Yeah.
Some people are like, well, this ain't going to happen because that. Like, or you could be like, all right, in order to do this, I need to do this, and that somehow. Do
you feel like you're a logical? Like, are you a logic over emotion guy? Do you think you're balanced?
I think I'm more logical than emotion. You know, I try to, like, don't get me wrong, I do feel emotions, but
it's nothing behind the glasses.
Yeah, exactly. But once you feel your emotions and let them process, then you got to like, all right, what do we go from here? You know.
Were you raised that way? Or you think that's some genetic shit? Or?
No, I don't think it's I don't think it's genetic. No, not raised. I think that's something I learned through my own little journey. You know what I mean? Because like I don't believe in like, you know, one day this is gonna happen if you don't put the work in. You know, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, putting the work in. Like that's I think I have I had a moment recently. I had a moment. So you're a more logical guy. I am definitely more of an emotional person. Like I have, you know, I'm a person. I have logic, but I think I think I lean more emotional.
And that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of it's anger, and that's why I gotta work on that shit more. But I had a moment, where I be careful because I don't want to, you know. I was at an open mic, ran into a person.
Okay.
Human being as vague as possible. I was at an open mic, had a conversation with a person. This open micer.
Okay.
And they were talking about comedy and what they want to do and everything. And
right.
You know when you can feel like, oh, you're very new to this.
Yeah.
They were very new to this. I had seen them a little bit.
Okay.
And they said that they basically only go to like 2 mics a week. They go to 2 mics a week. It's the same 2 mics, and they do it, and it's a 3-minute set. And I was like, oh, maybe like branch out and hit some more mics. I think something good will happen. And they said, well, I'm not going to perform anywhere else unless I get paid. And I said, oh.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are they trying to get the money or are they trying to get the growth? Because then that's the most important question. Because, like you said, I mean, you know what? Back in the day, like pre-pandemic, Mike, I was hitting mics. Like, I'm like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like maybe four a week. I'll say 4 a week, But like now, obviously I don't got to do as much. I got a girlfriend. I got to work and shit.
Yeah.
And I do shows. So I'll probably break it down to 2. I think after the pandemic, this thing called, are you grinding hard or are you grinding smart? Are you grinding hard or grinding smart? Back then I was grinding hard. Now I'm grinding smart. Because grinding hard, yeah, you go to a mic. What if it's a shitty ass mic? You know what I mean? And you don't really gain nothing. You probably say what you want to say out loud, but you don't got no real determination is it funny or not. But now, like, all right, I know these are good mics right here, and I can get something out of here because they got an audience or like comics or like invested, stuff like that. Also, on these off nights, what else am I doing? Am I making content? Am I sending out veils? Am I trying to apply for something? I'm grinding smarter. What were the mics, if you don't mind me asking? Did they tell you what mics they were?
Yeah, I'm gonna write it. It'll become very obvious if I.
You got. I feel like you got like the darkest secrets in this fucking notebook and
there. When I tell you that there have been people, yeah,
that's one. Okay,
there's 2.
Comedy. Oh, and you put it on the other page? Or?
No. Literally, there are 2.
Oh, the 2, the 2 in the week. Nah. You gotta get in the streets, buddy.
Right. And so I'm in this headspace right now, where when you've not been doing well, and then you're like, I gotta fix. Like it's been months, I'm not doing well. It's like something needs to shake. I need to change some shit. I'm kind of reaching the end of that and trying to change some things. One of the things I'm trying to change is they say birds of a feather flock together. Iron sharpens iron. I want to be around people who are really doing this shit, like really working at it. Because I feel like I have this tendency to put myself around lazier people because it makes me feel like, well, I'm working harder than them.
Then you feel content and comfortable.
Then I feel content and comfortable, which then leads to this.
You getting lazy now.
Right. Then I'm getting lazy now. And so I've been trying to attract people that grind and repel people that don't. And I took it a little aggressively with this person. If that makes, should I explain?
Yeah. Can you write the name of the person? Now I'm dying. Or maybe I don't even know the hell.
I don't think. Yeah,
because you said they're new. Maybe never. Nah. Yeah.
I'll look them up because I'll look them up.
Yeah, because another thing I would tell that person, you say next place you want performance for money. Well, you fucking up your revenue already because you're not exposing yourself to other comics that could book you on your shows and get you money. Because Comedy Bar, unless you're on their roster, they kind of pretty set.
So this person, I don't think. How do I put it? I don't think that they really actually want to do the shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
There was the problem. I saw immediately like, oh, you don't actually.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good to say this out loud, but you're not actually gonna do it because you don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit because your love will overcome the fear or the
exhaustion and
yeah, exactly.
Right. And so one of the things I'm trying to do is when it comes to being around those people, just like, you know what? Let me. I don't even want to engage because it's going to be wasting my energy. But I think I was in a bad mood.
Yeah, that could do that.
And I was talking to them. I was like, well, I would suggest. It started off very nice, respectful, and like chill.
Yeah, of course, as it always does.
Yeah, it was like maybe hit some more mics. Here's the open mic list on Instagram. Like there's so many options. Right. And they said, well, I don't want to do that.
Oh,
yeah.
Said,
okay. Well, then why are we talking about
exactly? This? Yeah, exactly.
And other people were giving them advice. Same advice. You need to do more mics. And they weren't
registering or they didn't want to register.
Right. Making more excuses. And I got, you've seen Training Day?
Of course.
You know when Denzel, not when he's yelling, you know when Denzel's like looking at somebody real aggressive and he's speaking calm.
Like an even tone, yeah.
That was where I got with this person because I was getting so frustrated. And I think they were about to cry, if I'm being honest. Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
I just felt like like, if you want to do this as a hobby, that's fine. If you want to, if this is just something you like to do, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't fucking tell me that you want to do this 2 nights a week for 3 minutes and then you refuse to go anywhere else without being paid. That's kind of, I don't know, the hubris of that bothered me.
And you know what? I used to be the same way.
Yeah.
You know, people who didn't take it seriously as me. But then I had to learn up and be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
You know, I don't care. Why do I give a fuck? You know, if you want to go about it like this, if you want to drown, just go ahead and drown.
Yes. That's what I need to work on. That's what I need to practice with. Is when that moment happens, when I meet that type of person. I gotten real good at it with Trump supporters.
Yeah.
I don't even, if you got that fucking hat on, I'm like, all right, man, well, you just gonna.
You know, I get all southern. I'm like, God bless you. You know, God bless you. You know, man, just God bless you.
There's
do your thing, bro.
That is I love Southern passive aggression.
Exactly.
It's so
right. It's
classy.
It's classy, but it kind of hurts. Like, bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh
yeah.
my.
Because it shows I got nothing to do. I can't do nothing else, but it's only up with the Lord. They can't get to.
But yeah, that mentality, the way you were talking about, of just like, hey man, you gonna do what you're gonna do.
You gonna do what you're gonna do. But I'm glad. I like what you said though. Like, you gotta be around people who like make you better though, and put you like. Cause thankfully I got like a good like circle of people like getting to festivals, working colleges, hell even arenas out of town. So like when I see that, I'm like, damn, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It makes you feel like
right.
you need to.
Right. But sometimes you do have to go back and like, oh, I'm actually doing shit. You know, because people are like, damn, Mike, I see you in all these shows. I'm like, really? And I'm like, oh, well, I guess in perspective, it's hard to look inward when you're always looking out. You know,
it's a balance.
It's a balance.
Do you so you feel like you have a nice little crew? If you don't mind me asking, who's in your crew, your clique, your people?
Definitely Marcus Banks, Kwame Marshall, Chloe Michaela, Arlita Hall, Dan Robinson. Yeah, people like them. My best friend is black, basically. For the most part. Damn, I know there's more people I can't think of top of the head. But yeah, those are the people like I casually hang with, and they always doing stuff. They're always writing, getting better, you know.
My Best Friend is Black. That is a show you have at Lincoln Lodge.
Yes.
How did that start? How did you guys come together?
It started, and I know we're not allowed to say, are we allowed to say mics? Yeah. All right, so me and Marcus, we went to Bar 10, right?
Oh no, I'm
about to say. I'll say what I need to say. Yeah, about to say we went to Bar 10.
Wait, was it your first time?
No, I actually been there a time before.
Okay, so it was like the second time.
Yeah, but this second time. We showed up early to sign up, which you even go to Bar 10, that's not what you do. It doesn't mean a damn thing.
Yeah, Bar 10 gets brought up a lot on this podcast, by the way. I love it.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So you guys say, like, so yeah, we signed up, kept bumping us.
Wait, did the thing? Wait, hold on. with the
exactly. I'm about to say it, bro.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, are we supposed to write like a certain code or some shit? Like, God, bro. They were putting everybody up before us, man. They put like this random white chick who's studying Second City just running the light.
Yeah.
Because, you know, man, it was just bad. And then it got to the point, right, that this other nigga was getting bumped, right? Yeah. And he was getting so bumped, and it was a guest host that night that he was confronting his ass. And then them niggas started fighting. And then, you know, security had to take that nigga out of the room.
Yeah.
And then the guest host looked the direction of me and Marcus and some other person. It was like, and what? So I'm like, you know what? Again, God bless you. Because this shit.
Not for you.
For a mic, nigga.
Yeah.
Ain't that deep. So me and Marcus talking like, man, I wish we could, like, you know, have like a safe space for black comics and where everyone can get up.
Yeah.
You know. And show, you know, well, not saying you don't got to be a certain type of person to do the mic. Yeah. And, and then say my best friend is black. And then, you know, we wanted to be all stand-up. But I'm like, oh, there's already a lot of all stand-up shows. Let's make it a variety show, you know, a comedy variety show. And I took it to the next level. And, yeah, that was it. And, yeah, Bar 10 has created many good things indirectly.
My relationship with, first off, with My Best Friend is Black. Congratulations on taking a negative experience and flipping it into something. positive. And it seems to be doing well.
It's doing good. We just hit 3 years in October. Yeah, going on 4. Trying to try some new stuff out.
Yeah, what new stuff? If you don't mind me asking.
I just want to like. There's this thing, right? I learned this at Lodge too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you guys are on a crew, and this is the thing that's dangerous about stand-up shows. Like if you go up like every month, every week, and you get like a following, and you don't really change your material up, people kind of see you doing the same shit, and it's not that appealing no more. So we're kind of like maybe drawing back a little bit on that and adding more of the variety.
A little more improv, a little more singing?
On Darren's end, yeah, more improv, sketch, stuff like that. So, because we all got good backgrounds in that other areas too. And then, hopefully this kind of opens the door for more stand-ups to get on the show eventually. Because I kind of, like the mission statement is always like bring on black performers. And I really want to focus, at least I do, for the moment, bringing on some new faces, but we still want to get a good balance, like a good show, but still, bringing new people on to get a chance. So, and then we're also working on social media content with this production company around the spring, hopefully. I don't know the calendar. We gotta have the meeting soon, but
meetings and
meetings and shit, bro. It's a lot of work. So that's what I'm saying. Like, be around people that make you hustle and grind smart. Yeah, and we can argue, and like we argue each other, but it's like productive arguing. You know what I mean?
It's the best feeling.
It's the best feeling because I'm hearing you out, and I'm gonna listen to what you're saying, but we gotta meet in the middle somehow.
Yeah, I hear you. Bartend is okay. So. Do you have anything else you want to say about it before I speak, sir?
No, not at all.
I have a love-hate relationship with bartend.
As we all do. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad mic.
Yeah.
Because it's a good mic on a Wednesday.
There's real people you're performing in front of. Yeah,
bro. I knew it was a different world because when you mic in, sometimes you bring your backpack. Yeah. Them niggas searched my
you can't have a backpack. Yeah.
What? I can't have a backpack for the mic. What?
And you can't leave. Once you go in, you cannot leave.
And you got to pay. Yeah, you got to
pay if you come back in. So I have these. Part of me loves it because it's definitely different than. You're not gonna find a bartend in the north side. It doesn't exist on the norther side of things.
Yeah, right.
I love the combativeness of it. It feels like you've just walked into the end of 8 Mile. like there's an intensity. It almost feels. I've never seen a crowd want you to fail more in my life. It's tough, but when you get a laugh, it feels really good.
It does.
It's like, oh my God, I got you.
Right. Sometimes you feel like you bombing. Sometimes like, no, that shit was funny.
Yeah. I've had that where I made a joke recently. I made a reference to Nosferatu. And, and I'm sure you can imagine how that went exactly. At Bartend. And it was funny because I remember Leon, he got on stage afterwards and he was like, y'all niggas just don't know who Nosferatu. He bringing up interesting shit. Like,
that's funny as hell.
But then at the same time, it's like, God damn, I don't want to have to get here at 8 and then the show starts at 9:45 and then.
Boy, man.
Well, I get too tired. Yeah.
I will say the wings are good. Just want to say, if I'm waiting, at least I'll get something to eat.
Yeah.
It's so funny that show and Cole's on the same night. Two different ends of the spectrum.
Oh yeah, it was very different. And I guess to go back to the racial thing, what I do appreciate about it is. Black people will not let you not be authentic, if that makes sense. Should I say that again?
Say it one more time, yeah.
Black people will not let you. No, see, there's too many and double negatives now. Hold on, let me figure out what I'm trying to say.
Be unauthentic.
Inauthentic, right. You have to be authentic around black people.
Yeah, because they can smell we can smell the fake.
And that was the main, I would say that's the best thing I've gotten out of going to bartend or laugh therapy when I was able to go.
Right. Because it's funny because I had a friend say, they want something different. It's a lot of niggas doing the same shit up there, or got the same background. Like they're trying to say what they think the audience think is funny, and not what they think is funny.
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
And and from my experience, I don't get that same requirement from white spaces. I don't know if you feel that.
All right, so this is
all right.
This is a very interesting topic because I do believe, first of all, the older I got in comedy, I do believe being universally funny is the goal. You want to be able to do this joke in this room, in that room, wherever, and it get the same pop. Now, however, there are some moments where you do a certain joke that's going to only work here well, but it won't work in the other room well. Nosferatu, for example. Like some of my weirder jokes, like, oh, I know this ain't really going to work in this black room.
Niggas not going to give a fuck about.
Yeah, whether it be my best friend black or bartender, I know it may not pop in this room. But if I know I go to this room, I know I can get away with more, quirky shit in this room sometimes. Not saying you can't still try and experiment, because sometimes I will whip it out like, well, let me see. And like, oh, yeah, I didn't like that. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah. So, I mean, I do think in white spaces you feel more comfortable being a little more free, because one thing about black people, which is fun to perform from them, they'll give you commentary while you're doing your jokes. So if they don't like it, sometimes they'll be vocal about it.
I think what I'm saying, so I think it does connect to comedy, but I think what I'm saying is culturally.
Okay.
Culturally, there is a raw, when I'm around just an all black space, there is a rawness and a need for transparency of who you are. When I'm in predominantly white spaces, it almost feels like you're encouraged to put a mask on.
Interesting.
This is my own experiences. I'd love to hear yours. It's this encouragement of politeness. There's a different type of politeness that is required in those spaces.
That's interesting, because I mean, one of the best advice I got when performing in front of white people is like, man, I don't give a fuck what I say to these white folks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because what other space can you just say whatever you want to a white person? You can't do it at your job, because now you're an aggressive black dude. Like, I love doing crowd work in a white room because I could just harass the fuck out of them.
It is interesting. There's an immediate confidence relative. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, like, I don't want to put that mask on again, because now it's back to what? You're not being authentic.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to be
something else.
You're trying to make them feel comfortable, which, I'm trying to make you laugh. Comfortability doesn't necessarily have to be a part of that.
Yeah, people can laugh in uncomfortable spaces.
Exactly. So I'm like, nah.
Do you have any like passions or things outside of comedy?
Yeah, I used to really be into music before I did comedy. I used to play guitar. I think we talked about this at Big Break.
Did we? We did.
Yeah.
Because I want you to play with the streets.
Yeah, I'm so ready for that. I've been looking through Reverb trying to get me a new instrument. I'm down for that.
Okay. Yeah. And you've never street performed before?
Never street performed before.
It's different.
I'm cool with that. I'm here for the different.
Yeah. It's you make money, it's pretty dope. So when it starts to warm up, we'll get into that. But what got you into guitar?
I wanted to be a producer growing up, like a music producer. I had FL Studios, the whole shebang. I was trying to get into this program in college, and didn't get it because I couldn't get past. I mean, I was getting better at reading music. I just couldn't get past the audition. And I got nervous bad back then. But I still love playing it and stuff. It's still like composing every now and then when I get a chance. And I'm trying to buy a keyboard so I can just learn how to play piano.
That's awesome. What genre of music did you want to produce back then?
Kind of like hip hop, rock, funk, kind of that little area right there. Maybe R&B, soul bit, yeah.
Just a little eclectic.
Yeah. Just a little. Those are like my favorite genres back then, growing up.
I dig it. Did you do you have top 5 favorite rappers?
Yes, but it changes all the time.
Okay, who is the current? Do you have the current lineup in your head?
Yeah, Killer Mike. I love Killer Mike.
Okay.
His last album was amazing.
We're talking about Michael.
Yes, Michael.
And won a
10 out of 10. Yeah, won a Grammy,
which is
well deserved.
Yeah,
well deserved.
Yeah.
I think that was like a great album for like black men, like kind of getting to their manhood, like 30s, looking back in your life. I think it's like the perfect. Because sometimes we don't get a lot of. I know there's a lot of us, but we really get that art that kind of talks to us, like, hey, I know this is what you're going. This is what I'm going through. This is where I'm at now in my life as I got older. I thought it was really I can't talk right now, but yeah, introspective.
Yeah, very mature.
Very mature. Very mature. But it was still like hard. You know, he still talk about
still
street shit.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's talking to you. So him.
Okay.
I always love Andre 3000, no matter what he does.
How did you feel? No matter what he does, how did you feel about the flute?
Oh well, maybe not. I mean, it's him experimenting. He's doing what as an artist should do.
Do you think? Okay, this is interesting. When it came to Andre 3000 and him dropping the flute album, I was so disappointed. But I do respect the desire to do something different, be creative, and if this is what his heart was telling him, by all means. I guess where is the line between, or is there a line, or do you think it's one or the other? How much do you owe to your audience, and how much do you owe to yourself as an artist?
I mean, you don't owe your audience shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean, you already told them it's gonna be a flute album.
You did warn them.
You gave them disclaimer. That's on them. What they want to go see.
Yeah.
Which I think y'all finna get Stankonia. Like,
I just want him to ribbity rap so bad. But
okay, let's play on my flute. Never am I going mute.
So you weren't a fan of the flute?
It was fine.
Yeah,
it was fine. My girl's like, "Do you want to go see it live?" I'm like, "No, not really. I want to see my heroes do what made them my heroes."
Yeah.
So
Killer Mike,
100,000. Doshi's killing it.
Oh yeah.
Representing Florida in the house.
She is right. Was it Alligator Bites? Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, she's from Tampa. Alligator. Yeah. But she's killing it right now.
Yeah,
I love Doshi. So creative. So many different flows. Music is original. You know, Denial is like such a great song.
Yes.
You know, Doshi is like that shit. I know people like on the Meg and Glorilla train, but Doshi.
I think Dochi might make a new wave for female rappers.
She is.
We need desperately.
We desperately need.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love you, Sexy Red, but we need you to start reading.
Hey, man, Sexy Red is appropriate sometimes. You know, Sexy Red. I mean, I think every rapper is for a good moment, you know?
Yeah. She had her moment.
Right, so those three. Tyler, the Creator. I always love Tyler.
Okay. Did you grow up with Tyler?
Yes. Bastard, all that shit.
Oh, you started with Bastard. How, like, as we've gotten older in retrospect, have you listened to those albums recently?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just, I mean, but he's like a kid of Kanye. He's always trying something new and changing, which, again, I like and respect as an artist. You know, because there are a lot of artists who just do the same shit, and it gets kind of drained after a while.
It feels like when Tyler did Flower Boy, he was like, okay, I'm ready to really show you what I want to do. Oh, my God. He's been on a crazy run.
Right. He went from edgelord to, like, a legit.
Yeah. He, I know you hear Chromacopia?
Yes.
He said, I'm number 2 out the city after, like, Kenny or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going for the number 1 spot. I think he's going to go for it in a way that's different. He's not going to try to do what Drake did.
No.
I don't want to see them two fight. That would be awful.
Nah, man. I remember when he tried to bring Drake out to Camp Flog. No, they booed him.
Oh, my God.
What a crazy twist.
Do you like Drake? Did you like Drake?
I was cool with Drake. Yeah, I mean, we all blast Drake. Yeah. My favorite album is Take Care from him.
Favorite album of his?
Favorite album of his is Take Care. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a good album, but I wasn't like always excited when new Drake dropped. I wasn't like that kind of fan.
You got to hear this new Drake.
Yeah, man. Feelings. Yeah. Nah.
I didn't really know anything about. I didn't really listen. I listened like started from the bottom in God's Plan and.
Exactly. Like,
but
he makes good workout music sometimes. But that's why,
Then when the battle started, I started to look more into Drake, and I was like, oh, I don't like this guy.
Yeah, it's kind of it's for a certain demographic, you know. Mm-hmm. He is like fun to listen to when you get some hoes. No, but besides that, he's fine. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I skipped it. So it was Killer Mike,
mm-hmm.
Andre 3000, Dochi, Tyler. We got one more.
Oh, it's funny because I had him in my head, but then I dropped it. Oh God.
West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, South.
damn, who was it? Oh, there was someone, and I'm like,
should I start naming people?
Yeah, start naming people. Might pop up.
Kendrick, Cole, Schoolboy Q.
Dang, I like them, but they're not my top 5. Dang.
Chance the Rapper, Twista.
Twista came out nowhere.
Paul Wall. I don't know. This is a lot of rappers. Jay-Z, Nas.
I don't know if this person counts as a rapper, but they're dope as fuck. Anderson .Paak.
Anderson's sick.
He was on the XXL, freshman cover. So
what did you call his? Because I know what you mean. It's like funk rap.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still rap, but he's definitely on the R&B tip too. But when he rapping.
And he's able to do that while playing drums.
Which is dope as fuck. That's why I like it. Again, different.
Crazy. That's like that's like a 0.5% of people can do that.
Can do that. Yeah, man. I like Mac Miller when he was still alive, so I put him as honorable mention.
Yeah, Mac Miller and LP. You know LP.
Yeah,
those two.
Run the Jewels. Yeah,
I love those two guys, man. Also, in fact, you know what? We'll do this now. 1 second. After an hour, it does bullshit.
Got you.
And we will wrap it up soon because I know you have a life and I have to do shit too. Do you have a show tonight? You have a show tonight.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to be out by the time you.
That's totally fine.
If you want to say it,
so that's a quick turnaround. But yeah, man, I'll be at the lodge tonight. Doing a feature spot. Yeah.
You have a girlfriend.
Yes,
congratulations.
Thank you. Worked very hard at it.
Was she around pre-comedy or?
You know what? She was around pre-comedy towards February 2020. Yeah, we got official March 2020. So literally a week after that, the pandemic hit.
Y'all didn't move in together, did you?
Nope.
Oh god.
Nope. It was a Zoom long distance relationship.
What the fuck was that like?
Hey man,
I guess it worked out.
It worked out. Yeah, I mean, we real sweetheart. We celebrated my birthday through Zoom.
That's crazy.
She got me some New Orleans food because we were supposed to go to New Orleans for my birthday that year, but not the best place during the pandemic.
Yeah. Now, not even either because the world's crazy.
Yeah, we watched movies together through Zoom.
That's
cute. Play at the same time. 1, 2.
And she was cool. Like she gets the comedy grind.
Yeah. Especially now. Further in our relationship, she gets the grind, but we're at a point now. Like, hey, if you want, we gotta plan one good date a month. So, like, give me the dates now, so that way I can do that and then get all my avails out.
Yeah, I hear you.
Spontaneous don't work for me like it used to.
Yeah. I think a lot of people. Good for you, because I think a lot of people they don't understand. Like, no, this is every night. This isn't.
Right, exactly. And again, it goes back to the whole grinding thing. Like, I'm grinding smarter so I can, like, balance everything else in my life.
Good.
Because you grind hard, man. You ain't living life. Yeah. So what the fuck you talking about up there?
Yeah. There was do you know who David Goggins is?
That sounds familiar as hell.
I'll find you a video of him. So I had a David Goggins phase when I was back in California, where every day I would... Oh shit! Hold on. You're really gonna like this. Every day I would like play this shit in the morning. To like.
Wait, is it that bald sergeant head? Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
He just yells at you and calls you a pussy.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know this nigga.
You're not putting in the work.
Who hurt this nigga growing up, bro? What?
A lot of people.
I say, man, he said, fuck therapy, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm going to shave my head.
There was an era in California where, like, I was, like, rolling like this. Fuck everybody. I'm going to be hilarious. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. And it was so intense.
About to say, you could be funny when you're that mad.
Yeah, exactly. That's the irony. Like,
right.
I was motivated, but it was from anger.
Right. That shit
vitriol.
That shit don't carry over that well.
I do appreciate your chillness. As a man that's very angry. Like, being around a guy that is very chill.
I mean, I have my emotions, too. Don't get me wrong. Like, when I'm angry, but I'm trying to, like, I go through this thing my therapist called, like, inner dialogue, where I'm just like, I just talk shit out of my head. Like, right, because being angry is a second emotion to whatever emotion you're feeling that's too strong at the moment. You know, if you're something like, for example, if you're really sad, sometimes we're not taught to be sad, especially as men. So we go towards anger. I'm like, hey, it's okay to be sad. What you sad about?
That was so masculine how you just did that. Are you an uncle? Do you have a nephew?
I feel like I'm getting towards that uncle. I mean, I work with kids, so I come off as real uncle. Like, hey, man, let's just talk it out.
All right, you ready for the last question?
Let's hit it, man.
All right, so you need to pretend that this is you. The camera's you 5 years in the future. It's interstellar shit.
Do you want me to look into the camera? Or
If you feel comfortable. And if you could say anything to yourself 5 years from now, what would you say?
I hope we got some money. Nah, man, I feel like I'm working towards this moment. 5 years from now, we're going to be where we want to be with the person we want to be, the people we want to be. And, yeah, there's no, we're going to make each other proud.